Hey everyone, we're playing a match with Naya Hexproof. We're on the draw, and our hand is not great, but I'm very tempted to keep it. It has a creature in the form of Sligh Charm, and a bunch of stuff to put on it, but it doesn't have a Hexproof guy. We do have one temple to help us find something, but I don't think we can keep this hand. We don't know what our opponent's playing against. Like, if it's like just some random creature deck, I'd keep it, but if he has removal, then this hand's just terrible. So, I'm gonna mulligan. This hand is better, but not great. It has the Hexproof guy, but it doesn't really have any way to enhance it besides a Johnny. So, we're gonna keep it. Looks like our opponent is playing Boss Sligh, which played against it before and it was actually very rough. Legion Loyalist makes things very difficult. Alright, we're gonna lead with Temple of Abandon and then play the Archer on turn 2. We're looking to draw some kind of enchantment like Ethereal Armor. Madcap Skills is fine. It's not great, but I'll take it. We need something here. We can't just win with 2-1s and 1-1s. Our opponent's start is very good. We're gonna go Scout into Sacred Foundry. We take less damage this way. And hopefully we draw Unflinching Courage or something. Blocking doesn't do anything here because of First Strike. He pumps his guy. Alright, Ethereal Armor is actually pretty good. It makes our guy an X3, which can block his stuff, but I still don't think we can win. We're taking 6. He has 2 cards in hand. So if we make our guy a 3, 4, 5, a 6, attack him for 6, then the following turn we attack him for 12. Which puts him to 1. So it's actually not so good unless we draw something else. But I think that's what we have to do here, so we're going to go for it. Of course, if our opponent pumps this guy, then we can win. Because he takes that 1 damage that we're short. We just have to hope that our opponent doesn't have any other kind of pump like Titan Strength, or else we're just dead. Okay, that will do it. So we want Chain to the Rocks, Mizzium Mortars, and the Gifts. Sligh Charms are way too slow here. The Johnnies are very slow here. We'll never make it to turn 3, and like playing this guy on turn 3 is such a loss of tempo that we're just gonna lose. Alright, we'll do this. This hand isn't great, but I can't mulligan because it has 2 creatures, so we just need an enchantment or something to make our hand playable. We'll leave with Temple of Plenty. We don't need the guy on turn 1. And we don't need this land. We don't need to play this guy on turn 1 because we don't have anything to put on it yet. And I'd rather block this guy anyway. We put a Stomping Ground on the bottom, but we drew one. Well, I guess that's life. So we'll play this tapped. Hopefully he attacks with both. Alright, yeah, we will gladly block this guy. I'm gonna pay 2. It'll save me life over the long run if I pay 2 instead of play the Mana Confluence. Okay, now blocking is definitely out of the question here. Alright, so here we're going to play Temples, look for an enchantment, and Mizzium Mortars the Ash Zealot. Definitely don't want this. And we're gonna attack because we're not blocking here. We could trade, but I think this guy is more valuable to keep around. Plus the Mad Cat skills would make not attacking just terrible. Oh, that's a very aggressive draw. Okay. That was not an unflinching courage. So we're just gonna play the Witch Stalker and pass the turn. Play a land, of course. So we have the option of Boros Charming if we need to. And we probably will. So I'm assuming that our opponent has lots of tricks, but we have the Boros Charm, so we can block both guys very easily here. Yep, so he pumps this guy. Nothing? We still have to cast it. Okay, so he's pumping his guy to deal us an extra point of trample. So we're going to take 2 this turn. But our opponent is losing 2 guys, which is very good for us. So here I'm going to Mizzium Mortars his guy and attack with just 1 3/3, I think. Actually, that can't be right. I kill him in 2 turns. So I'm going to attack. But I do have a Boros Charm. He could have haste creatures, but I don't think he kills me at 6 life. So I'll attack with both. And Mizzium Mortars this. He needs another guy. One Legion Loyalist isn't going to do it here. Oh, that's very good. But that does not win him the game. So we're going to win by attacking with both guys and playing Boros Charm. Alright, we won game 2. It seems like on the draw, this matchup is impossible for us to win, but on the play, it's very good for us. So we're going to be on the draw this game, which means we're probably just dead. Unless we draw very well and we draw our Unflinching Courage or Gift. You never know, we could get a great draw. I don't like seeing Peak Eruption, though. That makes Chains of the Rocks much worse. This hand's very risky. We don't have a mountain for Chains of the Rocks. We have 3 Witch Stalkers, which we don't need. We have this guy, but this hand's actually pretty bad against a Legion Loyalist and tricks. And we're on the draw. I think we can keep it. Actually, this hand is probably way too slow. On the play, I'd be way more tempted to keep it. Alright, we're gonna mulligan this hand. Alright, this hand's better. Our opponent also mulliganed to 5. I don't think we need to play this on turn 1, so we're going to lead with Temple and then play Voice, and then Witch Stalker on turn 3. We don't need a Mana Confluence here. If we manage to win this game, it's only because our opponent mulliganed to 5. So we're going to block with this no matter what he does, and then next turn it can be a 3-3 because of 2 Glade Cover Scouts. So here our opponent could have Titan Strength or Rubble Belt Maka. If he has Titan Strength, definitely block this guy. If he has the other one, it doesn't matter which guy I block, so we're going to block this guy. He just didn't have a trick there. So here we could take 2 damage to play 3 creatures, or we could not take 2 damage and play only 2 creatures. I think it's better to play it safe against this deck. So I'm going to play this tapped and play 2 creatures. And I will attack here. So our opponent is upkeeping this Titan Strength to look for land. He put the card in the bottom. We'll just block this one. Next turn we probably won't attack. Temple. Don't need another temple. And we'll play the Witch Stalker. This allows us to play this next turn and have Boros Charm as backup. I don't think our opponent can profitably attack here. And he doesn't. Alright, so we're gonna just stick to our plan and play the 2-1 guy. Keep the Boros Charm up. And I feel like we can attack this turn because we're at 8 and our blocks are all very good, so we'll attack with this guy. Just that, huh? So I could block with the Witch Stalker, and then he has to pump his guy and waste his whole turn. I could block with this, and if he has Titan Strength, it's pretty bad. Or I can block with this to play around Titan Strength. I'll block with Witch Stalker and make him tap out. I still think it's correct to Boros Charm here. It's kind of like time walking him because we made him tap mana for his turn. And he didn't even accomplish anything. He didn't even deal any damage. This doesn't really do anything right now because none of these guys are big threats. They're just 1/1s. So I'm going to hold it. But I will make this bigger. And get in there with this guy. I could have attacked with this too. But I probably should have, considering our opponent only has 1 card in hand. I'm playing very conservatively here. Okay. This was exactly the card we needed. I could put it on this guy to make a 7/7, and I don't think he can ever come back from that. Okay, and that's game.